Hi friend, welcome back. So my name is Rebecca for those who are new here. Maybe you're here because you are tired of being stuck in an office from 9 to 5 like I was. Maybe you're here because you're a homebody like I am and you want to work from home. Or maybe you're here because you're passionate about traveling like I am. And I am currently abroad right now, and so if you hear some funny sounds, that's why. But the point is that freelancing gives you all of these types of freedoms. So if you've ever wondered how to turn your skills into a business or into that type of freedom for yourself, this video is going to be for you today, because we're going to be going over a full tutorial on freelancing and how to start your own business. And be sure to stick around until the end, because I'm going to be sharing some advanced strategies on how to scale this business and this side hustle to even turn it into a full-time career and some significant income if you're interested in that. Starting out, you may be wondering, is freelancing truly a profitable side hustle still today? And the answer is yes. And let's take a look at some of these rates in the area of freelancing today. Now, there's lots of different types of freelancing that you can do. We're just going to look at one of them right now. In the area of writing alone, beginner freelancers can make anywhere from $15 to $30 per hour approximately, and experienced freelancers can make and are making upwards of $150 per hour, which is pretty significant, because if you do 40 hours a week at that rate, you would be making $24,000 per month. And to be honest, that is not the cap. You can actually go even further than that. Let's look at this lady here who is able to charge $100 US just to write 1 minute of content for a client. That's right, 1 minute of content, $100. Now, I don't know how long it takes her to write that content, but if it took her 1 hour, she'd be making $100 an hour right there. If it only takes her half the time to make that 1 minute of content, then that amount would double. So she could be making $32,000 per month at this rate. And this is no fluke, you guys. You can clearly see she's legit. She's had tons of customers. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of potential here. Now, another example is this lady here who is able to charge almost $1,800 just to write 3 website pages copied. Now, here's another example of a guy who's charging $1,500 to write a 1 hour script for someone. I know that you may be saying, Rebecca, I'm interested in this, but I don't fully understand exactly what freelancing is and how it works. And that is totally fine, no worries. Let's really quick just go over that before we get into this tutorial. So freelancing is essentially just having your own business where you offer certain skills that you have expertise in, and you just do those specific skills, you focus on those, and you offer them to whatever clients may be interested. Instead of working for one company, you get to specialize in your specific skill set, and you get to do that for as many clients as you're comfortable with. So you're able to scale up your income as much as you can. Now, you're doing this as a small business. You are not an employee. So that gives you total freedom over how you do your work, when you do your work, where you do your work, everything like that. So that is freelancing in a nutshell, and let's go ahead and let's dive right into our tutorial. The first crucial step of this tutorial, which is going to be choosing your niche. So this step is going to be all about identifying your strengths and your skills and your passions. And so you want to offer services that you're good at and enjoy, but also ones that businesses are going to be willing to pay for. So go ahead and start by making a list of all your skills, hobbies, and professional experience. And again, if you're worried what is the best one to choose, you don't know which ones people will be willing to pay for, don't worry, because I have made a list already ready for you of the best, most profitable niches, and I'm going to put it up on your screen right now, and we're going to run through all of them and the earning potential for each one of them. So first off, we have writing. And within this niche, you can consider content writing. So that could be for blogs, that could be scripts, anything like that. You can also do copywriting, you can do technical writing, and much more. Like we already talked about, with freelance writing, beginners can make anywhere from about $15 to $30 per hour, while experienced writers can make all the way up to $150 per hour or even more. And of course, if you're working 40 hours a week, that would equal $24,000 per month or even more. So the second profitable freelancing niche is going to be graphic design. And in this niche, you can offer designs such as logos, social media graphics, branding packages, etc. And in this niche, beginners can make anywhere from $15 to $35 per hour or $50 to $200 per project. Now, experienced graphic designers can make as much as $10,000 or even more per project. So then, depending on how many projects you're able to have going at once, you could really potentially scale this up pretty high. The third profitable niche in freelancing is going to be programming. It is going to include web development, web design, app development, software engineering, all these things. And this one is pretty lucrative. So beginners in this field can make anywhere from $15 to $40 per hour, but experienced programmers can make up to $20,000 per project or even more. And again, depending on how many you're able to have going at once, how many people you have underneath you could potentially allow you to scale to many projects going on at once. You can make this very lucrative depending on how much you're able to scale your business. So there's a lot of potential there. The fourth profitable niche in this freelancing side hustle is going to be digital marketing. So when it comes to digital marketing, this can include things like social media management and marketing, to SEO that goes into that, and also pay-per-click advertising. So all of these things in the field of marketing online are going to be involved. So in this arena, beginners can make, again, about $15 to $35 an hour as an estimate. And then experienced digital marketers will be able to make up to $15,000 or even more per project, earning them over $20,000 per month. Last but not least, number 5 is going to be virtual assistants on our list of the most profitable niches within freelancing online. Virtual assistants can include anything in the arena of administrative tasks like email management, customer support, organization. And with this business, you can make, again, anywhere between like $10 and $30 an hour. And then experienced virtual assistants can be making something more like $50 to $100 per hour or even more. And that means that they could be earning up to $16,000 per month at a rate of 40 hours per week. So you can see that all of these niches have quite a bit of earning potential. So now that we've gone through this list of most profitable niches, I want you to go back to your original list of your passions, your skill sets, your experience in the professional realm. And I want you to start to compare your list of skill sets to my list of profitable niches. Now you're going to find which one is the best match for you, and you're going to choose your niche. For example, if you're great at writing, you might want to focus on content creation, blogging, or copywriting. Now, if you're skilled in design, maybe graphic design or web design might be your thing. So moving on to step 2. Once you've chosen your niche, we want to go ahead and set up your profile for the freelancing platform of your choice. And like I said before, you don't have to use one of these freelancing platforms if you don't want to. You could also set up your own website. If you're worried about that, stick around to the end or go in the description and I have some free resources. But even if you want to build your own website for this project, you're still going to need to set up a good profile or portfolio on that website to show potential clients that you are credible and you are a good fit for their business. So think of your profile or your portfolio kind of like your resume. This is where potential clients are going to decide whether or not they want to work with you. And so you really don't want to skimp out on this part. So we're going to go through a couple of steps in this process that are going to help you to make sure that you're doing what's necessary to start landing the clients that you need up front. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start by choosing a platform, and on these platforms you'll be able to showcase your skills and get matched with great clients that are a good fit for you. So a couple of these platforms are going to be Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer.com. Each of these has a couple of differences, so let's go over those. Upwork is going to be a good place for finding long-term clients, and Fiverr is going to be a good place for finding more of the short-term, immediate gigs. So if you want a quick gig, you need to make some fast money, Fiverr might be better. If you're trying to build your long-term business more so, then you might want to go to Upwork and start there. And then Freelancer is going to be a mix of project-based and hourly work. So on there, you can bid for different projects that are being requested by clients. So on these platforms, you're going to have to create a profile for yourself, and you want to make sure that it's going to stand out. So here's a couple of steps that we're going to go through to make sure that you are focusing on what's necessary to get your profile to stand out. Number one is we're going to get a professional headshot taken. You don't have to go to a professional photographer, but you do want to make sure that whatever you get is going to be fairly professional. So even if you have, your friend take it for you, just make sure it's going to be clear and it looks professional at least. Because these first impressions really do matter, and these clients and businesses, they're looking to find somebody who truly knows what they're doing, and so you want to make sure that you look professional enough to trust. Step 2 in this process of your profile is going to be making a great headline that's going to be catchy, that's going to draw attention, and that's going to seem professional, trustworthy. All of these things highlights your experience, highlights your skills, and we're going to wrap that all up into just a few words. For example, you could say something like experienced graphic designer, best for logo and branding design, and that will work great. So you're really highlighting who you are, what your skill set is, your experience, all in one little sentence. So step 3 is going to be your bio, and your bio should be concise, but it should be compelling. So here you really want to go into more detail about those skills and the past experience and why you are the person for the job. So finally, on these platforms, you're going to have an opportunity to list your skills, and you want to go ahead and do that. As many skills as you have that are relevant to this arena that you are going to dive into, and you want to go ahead and also list any relevant work samples and portfolio pieces that you might have. The more you can showcase your past work, the better. So now all of these 3 platforms and any other ones that you might find, they might have some slight differences, but they're all going to most likely include these 4 areas. And so you really want to make sure that you focus on these and you really do not skimp on this process. All right, so now that your freelancing profile is all set up professionally and ready to go, the next step that's going to be really important is making sure that you can land those clients, especially the first clients. And this is going to be probably the most important part of freelancing, because without clients, there is no business, right? Now, this can also be the hardest part, especially when you're starting out. But once you get the ball rolling, it's definitely going to get a lot easier. So now there's a few things that you can do to work on getting those first few clients. And the first one is going to be to browse job postings. So on these platforms that we just went over, like Fiverr and Upwork and Freelancer, you can actively apply to gigs that are available. The second thing that you want to do to try to get your first clients is you want to offer very competitive rates. Now, when you're starting out, you might have to lower your rates a bit, but this is just to be starting out, because it's really important, like I said, that you get your first few clients, because once you get those clients, you can start to build credibility. And once you have credibility, you can raise your rates to where you wanted to start at. And then from there, the more that you grow, the more clients you get, the more experience you have, and the more reviews you get, you'll be able to raise those rates. But starting out, you want to raise credibility. You have to start lower so that you can attract customers who will be able to then give you some of that credibility. So the third thing that you can do to try to get your first few clients is you can send personalized proposals. So each proposal that you send should be tailored to the job. So you're going to send these proposals directly to the client that you see has a gig that you would be a good fit for, or who just has the type of work available that you would be good for. So even if they don't have the gigs out there at the moment, that's okay. You still want to go ahead and send proposals to them as well. This is kind of like cold calling, but sometimes that's where you have to start, and that's totally fine. There's no shame in it. So you really want to make sure that you are personalizing these proposals to each individual client, making it as attractive as possible so that you can grab your first few clients and start to build that credibility. So be sure to mention in each of these proposals why you're a great fit for this client and this project, and how you're going to meet that client's goals. And as you are doing all of these things, make sure that you are always focusing on delivering high quality content and work so that you can get plenty of positive reviews, because especially at the beginning, reviews are golden because you need to build that credibility like we've been talking about. You always want to focus on quality, but at the beginning, you need positive reviews to be able to build credibility and build your business. All right, so the next step is we are going to focus on something that a lot of freelancers do struggle quite a bit with. And I would say, especially at the beginning, this can be pretty confusing. So that is setting your rates. So pricing your services can feel pretty tricky, but we're gonna go over a simple strategy that will help you to do so accurately and be able to land the clients that you need. How we're gonna start this strategy is we're going to start with market research. And for example, like if you are a writer, you wanna go ahead and research how much are freelance writers charging per word, because that breaks it all the way down. And from there, you can also consider your experience level and the experience levels of the different writers that you're looking at for an example of a pricing range. So again, like we just talked about in the previous point, you might want to start out with your pricing being a little bit lower so that you can attract the customers that you need off the bat, and then later on raise those rates to the appropriate level. This will help you to gain the credibility and your first experience that you need. As you gain experience and build your portfolio, you definitely want to start to raise your rates. And so the last thing that you want to focus on in this process and in this formula is you need to focus on your time and expenses that go into it, because you definitely need to charge enough to cover both your time and any additional costs that you incur while doing this work, such as software, internet, or tools that you might need to be able to do your work. You definitely want to break even and have a profit, right? Okay, so once you have landed your first few clients, now it's time to think about how you're going to manage this freelance business productively and be able to really thrive and grow that business. Freelancing is not just about doing the work. You also have to keep track of deadlines and spreadsheets and invoices and communication. There's kind of a lot that goes into it, especially because as a freelancer, you tend to be a small business owner and every aspect of the business has to be managed. But of course, as you grow, you can outsource these tasks as well. But here are some tools that we're going to go over. I'm just going to give you a few tools. They can help you stay organized and on top of all these different aspects of your small business as you get going. So first off, we've got Trello or Asana, and these tools are going to help you with managing your task load. And even if you have employees under you or other people that you're working with in your small business, you're freelancing, you can utilize these tools to manage those tasks and deadlines. So for tracking invoices and payments, we have FreshBooks and Wave, and these two tools can help you to manage those side of things. And finally, for client communication, you can use Slack or Zoom to have the communication that you need with your clients for every project that you're working on. And so, of course, there are many different platforms and tools like these that you can use for all different aspects of your small business, but I just wanted to give you a short list of a few that can help you get started out, a couple of popular options, and hopefully they will help. Now, it's important to remember that the more organized you are, the easier it's going to be to succeed and thrive in your business moving forward, and also to juggle more clients, which means, of course, more money. The next step that we're going to be going over is scaling your freelance business. So you've got your first few clients, you are earning some money on the side, you're building rapport, and now what if you want to take this and you want to make it into a real career, like a full-time gig? So there are plenty of things that you can do, and we're going to go over those in this step as far as how you can grow, some strategies you can use, and really scale your freelance business. The first thing that we're going to talk about is building a personal brand. This means creating a professional website, showcasing your portfolio, and using social media to attract customers and clients outside of the freelance platforms that we talked about before. If you want to grow, you definitely want to take it to this next level. Start your business website, your professional website, and utilizing social media and different platforms to grow your business. If you're worried that building a professional website is too difficult, don't worry, because I have a free course, completely free. I will walk you through everything, and I will link that in the description if you want to learn how to build your own business website from scratch as a complete beginner. And I even have some free text coaching available where you can text me 24/7 any questions that you have if you get stuck in the process trying to build your own website. So you can check that out. It's in the free course as well. So the next part of scaling your freelance business is going to be offering premium quality packages and services. For example, if you are a graphic designer, instead of just offering logos, you can start offering entire branding packages. And so by bundling your services, offering packages and higher value ticket items, you can increase your income and be able to grow your business by expanding in that way. So the third thing that you want to do to be able to grow your business and scale up is to outsource some of your work. The more you can outsource, the more you can grow. The things that you don't like doing, outsource them. Stuff that you're overwhelmed with, outsource it. Even if you're not overwhelmed, outsource, scale, and grow. And that will help you to bring in more income and be able to build a bigger business and have more money to work with. And you'll be able to take on more clients and projects without burning out. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to go over a couple of quick tips that I have here for ensuring long-term success as a freelancer. So number one is to keep learning. The freelance market is competitive, so always work on improving your skills, staying up to date with trends and market demands and everything like that. So do not just assume that you already know everything. Freelance market is very competitive, and there's usually more skills, more technologies coming out. Try to stay on top of all of those things so that you can stay competitive in your field. Number two, communicate clearly. You want to be very, very upfront with your clients about what you offer, about what the expectations are, and about what you'll be delivering. The more clearly that you can communicate, the better you will be able to serve your clients and keep them happy, which is very important in business, being able to stay open and successful and thriving long term. And the other thing that goes with this is number three, which is delivering quality work. Now, we talked about this a little bit in the last section, but it is important, and I cannot say it enough times, that you always aim to exceed your clients' expectations, because happy clients will continue to come back and refer others to you, and that will grow your business, and you do not want to underestimate the value of doing this. Okay guys, that's it. So now you are ready to go out there and start your freelancing side hustle. I hope you feel confident, you have everything that you need in your hands, ready to go, all the tools. And just remember guys, that the key to success in freelancing business is consistency and also delivering quality work to your clients consistently. It might take some time to build up that business to those numbers we were talking about before, but with persistence, you can even turn this side hustle into a absolutely thriving career and business. So guys, if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time to be here with me. I am honored, and I just really hope that this information was helpful to you. If it was, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe, because we do this kind of content all the time here. Until next time guys, just remember that you're loved, you're not alone, and you've got this. Okay, bye.